Boomer Sooner, baby! I am Drop All the Bombs, and you're not. But before we begin, let's have a moment of silence for the great Austin Box. So, may he rest in peace. All right. Now, since this season is going to be a special season for the Oklahoma Sooners, I've decided that I'm going to produce a little YouTube show here called Bombs Away, where you get to see Bombs, in the flesh, doing what Bombs does best. Now, this is my 10,000th post on the Sooner message board, and I would say about 95% of them or more have been Bombs pretty much destroying the trolls, the posers, and the wannabes. It's pretty much my role on the board. I accept it, and I'm pretty damn good at it. So, with that in mind, though, I want to expand myself and what I'm going to do a little bit with this video thing. And what I'm going to do is every week I'm going to have a recap of what transpired the Saturday before, plus a little forecasting and predictions to go for the next week. Maybe I'll interview a few Sooners, have some surprises, might even show up at a couple games. You never know. Last year I was a guest for Grant Taft at the Oklahoma-Baylor game. I sat in the Grant Taft suite, and I talked to the athletic director of OU and a bunch of other Sooners, and it was a great time. Maybe I'll give you a little inside look on that this year, because it looks like I think Oklahoma's going back to Baylor. So you never know what might happen on this. I will say this. The reason I think that this year is a special year for the Sooners, and I've already got it ready. Of course, I do that every year. I have to change it. But this year, though, I think we got a chance. I think we're going to claim number 8, mostly because a lot of the fallout that's happened with some of the other teams, and OU we've been knocking on that door, a few years now since 2000, and I think Stoops and them are finally ready to get over whatever hang-ups they've had. And the main thing is that in this coming season is Landry Jones. I know we know Ryan Broyles and Travis Lewis and the rest of the guys, but I think Landry Jones this year is going to be the championship quarterback that we've been looking for. And I love Sam Bradford, and I love, of course, Jason White and all the rest of them, but there's just something about Landry that I really like. Maybe it's because of, he's grown into the role. This is his 4th year in the campus. Josh Heupel now will be doing the OC with him, and of course we know Josh is a champion, and so I just have a really good feeling, and I think the defense is going to be better than people realize. I mean, the funny thing is on our board, and I will be bringing up different posters on the board. I don't want to name too many names right now because I don't want to leave anybody out. We got Max is obviously one of my favorites, 73. There's a bunch of you guys, and of course the Debbie Downers. We got too many of those Debbie Downers, Sneeber Jeebers or whatever his name is. I don't understand why we have Debbie Downers if you're an OU fan, because if you look at our history since '67, there's been about 20 years where OU lost maybe one game from claiming a national championship. Yeah, we only won 4, but we've been in the hunt almost half the time every year. And when I say in the hunt, I'm talking about one game where we lost one game. And you look back on our history, 77. Of course, that was the worst defeat ever, was that losing Arkansas on that Orange Bowl. But then, 78 was Nebraska, and of course 84 was UW. We should have won that game. And then 86, of course, was Miami. 87, of course, was Miami again. And of course, 03, 08, and 04. Those are one game away seasons where if we just take care of business, we're racking up more hardware. So, with all that in mind, I'm going to keep you posted. We'll see how the show goes, and it will be called Bombs Away. And I'm looking forward to it. All you Sooner brethren, and hearing your comments, and who knows, maybe I might get a couple of you guys on here with me. So with that, Boomer Sooner, baby, number 8 is on the way.